Scholar Athlete Program, recognizing all-around excellence in the classroom, in sports, and in our communities.
Marathon Kenosha St. Joe. Kenosha St. Joe Marathon. This is an audio test. All right, here we go. It is state basketball time here in Madison, live from the Kohl Center. Jason Zaleski alongside Dan Ross. We'll bring Dan on this broadcast here in just a moment. It is the number 1 seed Marathon Red Raiders, the number 4 seed Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers. And I'll tell you, in the tunnel before today's game, the two teams walked past each other. Uneventful, but they got to eye each other up prior to today's game. Both teams are on the floor now, getting their warm-ups in, and we very much look forward to you joining us and staying with us during the broadcast. I'd mentioned in the chat box, Dan, that the best path for those of you that are listening and to watch at the same time is turn us up, turn your TV on mute, because if you're looking for experts, and especially Marathon Red Raiders experts, no bigger than Dan Ross, who covered Marathon all season long. Before we go to Dan, first I'll tell you, the top-seeded Marathon Red Raiders basketball team returns to the state tournament for the first time since 2018 for the 9th time overall. Red Raiders were runner-up in that most recent appearance. The program has won 4 state championships through the years. The most recent came in 2011. Also earned 3 Class C championships from 75 to 77. Red Raiders defeated Bonduel on Saturday to make their way here to the Kohl Center in Madison. A group of excited young boys out here, young men, old boys out here, Dan. We're going to give the folks at home our interview in the tunnel with Coach Adam Jacobson in just a minute. But your take, on this team is they've headed to where you and I thought they would be when the season began here at the Kohl Center in Madison. Yeah,
I mean, it's really easy to have preseason aspirations and you check the teams on paper and you say, man, Marathon was really good. They won the Marywood last year. They got upset in sectionals. They're the team to beat. But it's another thing to go onto the court and actually perform and live up to all those expectations. So 27-1, 24 wins by 10 points or more, right? And they're playing in what I consider to be the toughest small school basketball conference in the entire state of Wisconsin.
I'm with you there.
Yeah. They face a Kenosha St. Joseph's team who doesn't play in a small team conference.
No,
right?
They don't.
They play with the likes of St. Thomas More and Dominican and all those really talented schools in the southeastern part of the state. And I won't spoil the interview with Coach Jacobson because it's really good. But Marathon has the work cut out for them. They earned the number 1 seed, which means that you play the number 4 seed. Kenosha St. Joseph's is not a traditional 4 seed. Sometimes down here at state, you end up with a team that has a losing record because they went on a run late or they got somebody back, and there's a reason why they have all these losses. And Kenosha St. Joseph's comes in 19-9, and you think to yourself, 9 losses, that's a lot for a state team. Those are quality losses that the Lancers have.
Yeah. 2 of them at the hands of a team that's going to play for a gold ball on Saturday in the St. Thomas More Cavaliers.
They'll probably do more than play for it, I would say. They would be the heavy favorite in that Division III title game.
All right.
They put on a show a little bit earlier today. But Marathon's been tested lately, right? They had a close game against Colby in regionals. They had a really tight game against Auburndale, ended up winning that one by 3 with a chance to tie at the end by the Eagles. Couldn't get it done. And then a win against 26-1 Bonduel. So Marathon's tested. They're ready tonight.
All right, we turn now to our talk in the tunnel with Marathon Red Raiders head coach Adam Jacobson. I'm in $1 million question right away. What do you know about Kenosha St. Joe's?
Eric Hennessy. Everybody knows state record 51 last year in the state semifinal. He just makes everything happen. Not only can he put the ball in the hole, he can get into gaps, and he makes his teammates play at a very high level. So we have to be able to keep him in front of us. We have to get into our offense. We'd love to win this game 15 feet in and be able to hold them 15 feet out. And, that's going to be a contrast to styles and a big challenge for us here, getting into our offense and then keeping them from the dribble drive type of action that they want to have.
Tell me about how you instill the mentality of moving on to Saturday rather than going to state being the accomplishment of the season.
Yeah, well, they're hungry. Obviously you have the euphoria of getting here, but now, through the send-off on Wednesday, and then we got down to business at UWSP on Wednesday, you could tell now we're playing basketball. Now it's here on a mission to still get 2 more. And I don't think that's a problem here now that we're here. We're going to play basketball tonight at 6:35. Our guys are ready.
Obviously, Grant's a big part of the success here today. He hasn't had foul trouble per se during the season. How do you keep that trend going and keep him in the game from start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to want to attack. We have to have a guy in front of Kenosha. We have to have guys in gaps in Kenosha, and we have to have Grant rim protecting Kenosha. But yeah, he's going to have to go vertical. He's going to have to go straight up, and do a good job of that, which he's been tremendous at all year. And hopefully we can get through tonight the same way.
You mentioned Kenosha a couple of times. Is there a certain number you got to keep him under?
I haven't really thought about it. I know he's going to score. My big concern is him getting layups for others. So if we can limit that and he doesn't make his other teammates superstars, I think pending how many he scores, and as long as they're not layups and wide open threes and transition goes, make him hit mid-range jump shots. If he can hit 16, 17, 18-footers, we got to live with it.
And then offensively for your guys, obviously Grant is going to command some collapsing and those kind of things to keep the ball spread, keep the spacing on the floor proper. How do you get your guys into that right away?
Well, we got to get into our offense. You got to be ready for full court pressure, whether that's zone or man. So we got to get into our offense, and then we've been sharing the ball. We make the extra pass. We'll look and adjust and see how they want to bracket him, if they want to front with backside help, or if they're going to box him, or we'll have to adjust with that. But then our guys are hungry. They're comfortable making that extra pass, getting that dive cut, playing off the skip, and we'll have to do that whether they're in zone or man yet this season.
Lastly, Coach, offensively, your guys have the ball the first 4 or 5 minutes. What are you looking to see?
That we're getting it into our offense, taking care of the ball. We're settling in, because you're going to be amped, and you got, they have experience on this floor from last year. We got to get that experience early, and that we're defending and rebounding. We'll learn a lot in the first 4 minutes of where we're at, both mentally and physically.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, back here at the Kohl Center in Madison as we get closer to tip-off here in this Division IV state semifinal game. Today's pregame coverage brought to you in part by Marathon Family Dentistry, Marathon's go-to for premier dental care. You'll have peace of mind knowing their passion is making a pleasant dental experience for each patient. Visit Marathon Family Dentistry for all of your dental needs, or visit marathonfamilydentistry.com. Marathon taking on Kenosha St. Joe's, the Lancers, and they are back in the tournament again, returning from last year, this year as the 4 seed. Lancers making their 4th appearance overall. They qualified in Division III in 2001 and 2003, Division IV last year. All of those appearances, losses in the semifinals. Lancers rolled over Kohler, though, on Saturday, 66-36 in the sectional final to qualify for this Division IV state semifinal game. They are out of the Metro Classic Conference. That was won by St. Thomas More. And again, St. Thomas More winners earlier today. And they are in Saturday's Saturday's state championship game. We'll turn it now courtside for, looks like, national anthem and starting lineups.
And now let's meet the teams for today's first Division 4 semifinal, the Marathon Red Raiders and the Kenosha St. Joseph Academy Lancers. First here are the Red Raiders from Marathon. Number 5, Nathan Kraft. Number 14, Andrew Lennon. Number 20, Number 4, Seth Boyle. Number 24, Berkeley Kuiper. Number 34, Sincere Williams. Number 44, Campbell Kuiper. And number 50, Dante Williams. And now, here are today's starting lineups. First for Marathon. At 6'1" senior, number 3, Cooper Hoekstra. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 4, Drew Thurs. At forward, a 6'3" sophomore, number 10, Drew Wolfel. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 14, Tyler Underwood. And at forward, a 6'10" senior, number 33, Grant Warren.
No Garantula.
They didn't get the memo at the scores table on Garantula. We tried to pass that message along down there. Again, starters for Kenosha St. Joe's. It goes Kenesee, Santarelli, Whirlinger, Kenesee, and Santarelli for the Marathon Red Raiders.
This guy right here.
Hoekstra, Thurs, Wolfel, Underwood, and Warren. Dan, if you would, you said this guy right here. And I cut that short. I apologize, but wanted to get people caught up. But tell us about Eric Kenesee, number 3 on the roster.
Eric Kenesee, he's a 6'1" point guard for St. Joseph's. Set an all-time state tournament record, scoring 51 points in this game last year. The Division 4 semifinal, 51.
Is that a lot? That is plenty, as the teams near the circle tell you that Scherer Construction has offices in Wausau and Burlington. Scherer Construction can cover all your commercial and residential construction needs anywhere in the state. Scherer Construction, build with integrity in Wisconsin since 1928. All right, gang, here we go.
47% three-point shooter.
Okay.
Hey.
Opening tip is here. It goes the way of the Red Raiders. Underwood will bring it across the timeline, and we are underway here from the Kohl Center in Madison.
The Lancers, good man-to-man.
3 on the way here. That's a bit too strong. That was Underwood on the 3, Dan? Thurs, thank you. As we take a look now at the Lancers for the first time, and right away on the drive goes Kenzie, but as he stops, drags a pivot foot and turnover back to the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I'm really interested in how Marathon is going to guard him, right? And we talked a little bit about it in the opening with Coach. If it's going to be man, are they going to take turns? It'd be interesting.
Here's Underwood, Warren up top with it. Now in the hands of Thurs. Now inside touch for Warren. Got that one tipped as the defense collapsed on him and taken away by the Lancers. 45 seconds in here, no score. Division 4 sectional semifinal. I keep saying that. It's Division 4 state semifinal. I was so used to last week. It was so much fun. But more fun here today as this is Chris Kenzie. Take a look. Hoekstra guards him outside of the college three-point line here on this near wing. Marathon plays on the left side of your brain. Offensively, the Lancers on the right side of the court as we look at it. Wisconsin W facing us in the middle center court. There's Whirlinger now given off to Kenzie. Whirlinger now takes a step in the lane. Pass outside. Again, Marathon defense, Dan, here sticky on this trip down.
Yeah, they're closing out on shooters. They do not want anything open beyond the arc.
So Eric Kenzie calls out a new play as the Marathon student section, who are plentiful here to our right, cheer on their Red Raiders defense here that is still keeping these Lancers on the perimeter. And as that ball is bounced in, Kenzie, the entry pass off of the fingers of Tommy Santarelli and out of bounds. The Red Raiders defense stands tall.
Yeah, that was a minute-long possession.
And never got going for the Lancers.
Yeah. Good job on that end of the floor for Marathon.
Okay, Thurs walks it up. Now here's Underwood on the near wing. Ball Looked inside for Warren, nothing doing there. Underwood with it back on the near wing. Ball cycled around. Wolfel sends it over to Thurs, and Hoeksema gets contacted. No foul there as they play 40 feet from the basket. Now it's stolen by Kenzie. Chris Kenzie with the steal. Bounce pass, ball rolling, and it's going to be picked up by Marathon. And we get our first foul of the game under the Lancers basket, Dan, as that pass attempted to thread the needle. Not, and as Hoeksema was bending down to pick up the ball, Lancers commit the first foul.
Yeah, that pass just arrived a little bit too late for the Lancers. Another turnover.
Okay, so back-to-back turnovers for the Lancers. We are still scoreless. We are 2.5 minutes in. Thurs again will set the offense up top.
Yeah, Marathon's been in trouble the last couple of games, making their passes just a little bit too long. And the college floor is not going to help that.
Warren stepped out, now gives off to Thurs. Another tip pass, hands in the passing lane for the Lancers. Warren deep three off the front of the rim, no good. And rebound going to be chased down by Dominic Santorelli and the Lancers. Quickly come the Lancers. Now we'll set up the offense. Pass inside, they're going to attack Warren. Warren with the block on the shot attempt from Santorelli.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Thurs fell to the ground, and the end of the bench over there were giving him a whole bunch of words as he was trying to get up.
Timeout on the floor. We will do the same. 14:59 still to play. No score in Division IV state semifinal on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a new or different career path right here in Marathon? Look no further than AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in the Marathon Business District. Hiring for fabrication and more, this local company offers competitive pay and plenty of flexibility. AH Machine is locally owned and operated and is a proud supporter of the city of Marathon. Good luck to the Marathon High School athletes this season from AH Machine on Maratech Avenue in Marathon. Bring the whole family out to Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant tonight and enjoy a menu filled with freshly made authentic Mexican options. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a great selection to keep you coming back again and again. Dine in for a fun Mexican restaurant experience or order for takeout or even delivery. There's Taco Tuesday, Friday Fish Fry, and a great lineup of cold drink options and so much more. It's all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican restaurant, Three Amigos on Maratech Avenue.
Welcome back to the Kohl Center. Jason Zaleski here. Dan Ross to my left. We played 2 minutes and 1 second. Dan, no score.
No score yet. A couple turnovers by the Lancers. Marathon not able to put the ball in the basket. A lot of tip passes. Not used to the speed that Kenosha St. Joseph's is showing so far.
If I have it right, one shot attempt from Marathon. That was Grant Warren, a 22-footer that came up short. Lancers with the ball on the inbound.
Thurs had a three he missed too.
Okay, so 0 for 2 from the floor. We left the floor with a Grant Warren block on the entry pass to Santorelli. Here's Kenzie loading up from the baseline. That shot too strong. Underwood with the rebound.
That was the first shot of the night for the Lancers.
So that comes 2.5+ minutes into the game. We still play scoreless here at the Kohl Center. Inside now to Underwood. He'll step out inside the high school three-point line. This one being played in the perimeter. Thurs a three comes up short. Rebound to Santorelli and the Lancers. Quick three straight on from
Wolfel.
the Red Raider, from Wolfel, thank you, from that time.
Ball on the floor again.
Yeah, again, a pass that has not been able to be corralled by the Lancers. Here, back come the Red Raiders. Drive here off the backboard. That shot too strong from Thurs. Looking for our first points. Santorelli, or I'm sorry, that is Kenzie bringing the ball down. Again, Kenzie coming in, averaging over 25 points per game, well off the pace.
Yeah, they're going with a set play here.
Okay, so they will work this one from the Wisconsin W. This is Dominic Santorelli. He will start it. Eric Kenzie now on this near wing. Underwood was guarding him. Now ball skipped in the corner. This is Whirlinger with it. Whirlinger brings it back up top, and the Red Raiders defense stiff again, Dan.
Yeah, they're a good defensive team. Of course, they're well coached. Adam Jacobson, one of, if not the best coach in the northern half of the entire state, I would say.
Ball again being forced all the way back to the Wisconsin W, and Eric Kenzie will call a new play, and we have played 5 full minutes. New play is started now. Here's Kenzie. He'll take a deep three, and that one too strong. And rebound pulled down by Thurs and the Red Raiders.
One and done.
Underwood will bring it up, and Thurs nearly didn't get the communication the ball was coming. Red Raiders stick with it.
And Marathon a little tentative on the offensive end.
Hoeksema on the far side, relieves his dribble, gives off to Warren. Warren skips it into the corner. Thurs, now he passed up on a shot, gets the ball back here in this near corner. Suffocating defense by the Lancers. Thurs on the ball fake, and his shot is blocked. Lancers come away with it. Both teams struggling on the offensive end. Here's Eric Kenzie shooting it over Warren and left it short and then pushed Warren, and we get another foul on the Lancers.
Well, there's a lot of action going on.
Well, there are things happening.
Yeah, there are things happening.
Dr. Naismith would probably be happy because most of his games were 0-0 6 minutes in. 6 minutes in, though, was also a full game back then.
It's true. Whenever you made a basket, you had to go up on a ladder and take it out of the plumb box.
You didn't want to really score if you didn't have to.
Yeah.
But these teams are attempting. It's just the defenses are overwhelming the offense to this point. Entry pass into Warren. He was fronted. Ball's tipped away. Raiders, though, will keep it. Asking for it and getting it. Dan, who's that?
Glennon.
Thank you.
Yep.
Andrew Glennon. Marathon in there, all blacks. Hoeksema takes a three. That comes up off the mark. Rebound to the Lancers. Marathon in there, all blacks, red numbers, and from up here, a little bit of a tough read. Quick shot from Kenosha St. Joe's from Chris Kenzie, and that off the mark, tipped out of bounds to the Raiders.
Yeah, Marathon's got to get back to what they do really well, right? And that is clearing out the post, trying to have the guards go one-on-one against the Kenosha St. Joseph guards. The guards aren't that tall on the Lancers. Marathon matches up really well with them.
Marathon has the size advantage here, but they do not have the quick advantage. Here's a shot from Underwood, and a miss. Warren with the rebound. He spins on two off the backboard and good, and we have scored in the Division IV state semifinal.
I mean, if they pitch a shutout, they're going to win.
In pole position now are the Raiders on our current pace. Now, I mean, the defense has just been tough on both sides.
Yeah,
that's where it's all happened.
Yeah, still feeling each other out.
Here's a three on the way here for Werlinger. He hits, and the Pandora's box has been opened.
Yeah, I mean, they're scoring at will right now.
Coming in bunches. 3-2, Lancers with the lead. Here's Glennon on the take. Left the layup short. May have been partially deflected. Lancers come down with it.
Yeah. If he puts to the next level, that's going to be a left-handed layup for two.
But he shot it from the left side with his right hand.
Yep.
So things to work on there for Andrew Glennon. All right, Kenzie again stands on the Wisconsin W, now dribbles it to the left. Calls out the play. Kenzie up top with it now to Werlinger. Werlinger looks over the top of Glennon, now gives off in the corner to Kenzie. Chris Kenzie. Now ball cycled all the way back around to Eric Kenzie, and again he will retreat to the Wisconsin W and call a new play. Red Raiders defense still performing.
I think he's like a bull. Like he wants a running head start at this defense.
Chris Santorelli will hand off now to Kenzie. Gets the ball right back to Santorelli. He's fouled on his way to the basket. Basket no good, but two free throws coming up for the 6'1 sophomore, Dominic Santorelli. Andrew Glennon charged with the foul. His first, team first. That to go along with the Lancers' 3 fouls. And 2 free throws here for Santorelli. The first is up and no good off back iron. Special thank you to our Marathon sponsors, Brickner Motors of Little Chicago, Marathon Plumbing Service, Rib River Ballroom, AH Machine, Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant, Marathon Flooring, Marathon Cheese, Mark's Chiropractic, Parts City Auto, Copper Mug, People's State Bank, Family Vision Center, Keith Paul Insurance, Sign Forge, Axis Insurance, and Underwood Construction as Santorelli hits the back end of the free throws. The Lancers take a 4-2 lead on Zaleski Sports.
The Rib River Ballroom is the perfect place to hold your next big event. They have the space and the beautiful facility for your next banquets, corporate meetings, weddings, and more. Visit their Facebook page or go to ribriver.com for a list of their upcoming winter events. In addition to being the ideal location for your next occasion, Rib River Ballroom also offers an incredible on-site or off-site catering service with customizable menu options. Located just outside of Marathon on Highway 29 and just 10 minutes from downtown Wausau.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts of Shop the Copper mug. Your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Mineral Point Pointers, the winner here plays the winner of that game. We are nearly a quarter of the way done with this, Dan Ross. 4-2 Kenosha St. Joe's over Marathon.
Yeah,
low scoring.
It is very low scoring. I get a feeling the teams are going to settle in now.
Okay, up top. Now Hoeksema looks at it. Back up top now to Wolfel. Wolfel looks inside to Warren. He's fronted again, and ball stolen away. They try to force it into Warren now a couple times. This time Whirlinger gets the interception.
Yeah, it's got to come in from the wing.
Inside now to Santorelli. In the lane, gets it right back, does Santorelli. He goes to work on Underwood and Warren, and all the way back out to Eric Kenzie, who stands in his very familiar spot on the Wisconsin W.
Yeah, he likes the...
I'm sorry, Tommy Santorelli, there we go. Turning with it now inside, and Santorelli brothers play catch, and the shot comes up empty for Tommy. The Red Raiders back with the ball. Baseline drive now underway for Wolfel. Wolfel, a shot fake up. He's fouled to the free throw line. For two, we'll go Drew Wolfel.
Yeah.
Dan, tell us what happened there.
Yeah, so on the other end of the floor, Warren has almost 3.5 blocks a game, but he really affects probably 8 to 10 shots a game when it's in the paint and having to change the shot trajectory, trying to get over Warren, even though he's not blocking shots and not even trying to block shots. People get in the lane and they try to shoot really high up over him. On this end, Wolfel finally took it to the basket, got rewarded with a free throw, 2 free throws.
Yep, and he makes both of them. 8:55 to play. We're tied at 4. Wolfel with a pair of free throws. That goes along with Grant Warren's made basket. Those are the 4 points for the Red Raiders. Here now is Chris Kenzie, and ball thrown, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Thurs and the Red Raiders. Lancers will inbound on the second S in Wisconsin under their basket. On this right side of the floor, as Dan and I look at it.
Pretty well attended tonight. Smaller divisions, obviously the crowd's going to be a little bit less, but it feels like most of the town of Marathon is here. It's last one out, turn the light off type of situation.
Marathon students outnumber the Kenosha St. Joe students 2-1, so they have doubled up those numbers as they cheer to our right. Their defensive unit again for the Red Raiders. There is Kenzie in the corner. Santorelli, ball worked around now to the top scorer, Eric Kenzie. And now skipped 3 on the way from Chris Kenzie. That off the mark, and a big rebound pulled down by Wolfel. Went down to his knee to gather it in.
Yeah, once Kenosha starts driving to the hoop, he has a crowd around him. Good closeout that time on Christopher Kenzie.
Wolfel, far wing, now up top to Underwood. Another look inside to Warren. He is fronted every time down. Defense collapses from the weak side. So they'd steer from that. Here's Underwood now. Baseline, looking in. Shot blocked. Putback is good. For that far corner, not much. Hits.
Yeah, didn't communicate the screen.
Santorelli brothers hook up. We're tied at 6, 7:16 to play in this first half. There's Underwood now, top of the key. Looked inside to Warren. Again, he was doubled quickly. Out now to Hoeksema. Hoeksema, a step inside the three-point line, gets it right back. Ball worked around. Yep. Here's Warren, 8-footer short. Offensive rebound, and still being gathered now, taken up by Thurs. Thurs gathered up that rebound, now has the ball back on the wing. Hoeksema left alone, deep 3. That was short. Warren almost took it as an alley-oop, and it's going to be Lancers basketball. Down the floor with it comes Eric Kenzie. Here's Kenzie. Shot of steam. He's fouled on the floor. No shot. Shot came off anyway. But another foul on the Red Raiders.
You can see he knew that Warren wasn't going to be in the paint, and he attacked instantly. Another timeout.
People at home getting us synced up with their TV broadcast. Kyler says, what channel is it on? It's on your local Allen Media affiliate. I don't know where you live, so I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you, and Dan may have just mentioned it, timeout on the floor. 6:39 to play in the first. Score, yes, is true. 6-6. We are tied on Zaleski Sports.
should apply for an open opportunity at Marathon Cheese.
It's where you want to start your career. We have a lot of long-term commitment employees.
They work with you and it's great pay, great benefits.
I choose to stay at Marathon Cheese because there's always an opportunity.
Marathon Cheese has worked really great for me and my family.
They donate money to different charities.
Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating. But with Access Insurance, you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Back here to the Kohl Center, 6:39 to play. We are tied at 6. The Lancers will inbound after the foul committed by Tyler Underwood before the last media timeout. Lancers inbound, and it comes to Eric Kenosha, and the clock winds. We are 6-6, Dan Ross. Been a challenge. I know you said Coach Jacobson thought maybe keeping things slow might be a good idea. Well, here we are.
Yeah, he thought that the Lancers might try to slow it down and really try to limit the number of possessions and try to win a really low-scoring game. And
well, I'll tell you, the Red Raiders defense has been good. But here goes Eric Kenosha again, back to the Wisconsin W. They are taking their time, though.
Very much so.
They retreat to that half-court line 2 or 3 times each time down.
Yeah, if there was a 35-second clock, they would be up against it a lot so far.
Yeah, there would have been 10 more turnovers by this point. Here's Kenosha up top. Thurs guarding him. Now he turns the corner, kick out, and again, no particular hurry are the Lancers. Back to Kenosha. Kenosha skips in the corner, gets it right back on the far wing.
Yeah.
Up top with it now, Dominic Santorelli. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I'm just saying, you see Warren just standing in the paint. That's his job tonight, is to rebound and to try to affect shots in the paint. They're not even trying to attack it.
Well, here they come inside. Santorelli gets it blocked by Warren. Back the other way come the Red Raiders, working right to left. Underwood at the elbow, uncontested. Nobody stopped ball. Rims in and out. Rebound, Chris Kenosha.
That's the thing. Marathon just had an 8-second possession, and now they're going to D up for another 45.
Yeah, and they are going to get a foul called on True Thurs. That'll be his second, team fourth. Let's talk about that again, though. You mentioned Grant Warren being able to camp out under the basket defensively. He'll be rested, but the rest of these Red Raiders are chasing the Lancers around the perimeter.
Yeah, and Marathon is not a deep team, and I'm sure that's been scouted. Really good starting 5. Glennon off the bench, first off the bench, is a good ball player, good shooter. 7, 8, 9 gets a little bit sketchier. I'm sure that we're going to see marks and
3 from here from Chris Kenosha, no good. Warren hauls down the rebound.
Got someone down there.
And down they come. Here's Thurs wide open for 3. That right of the mark, no good. Eric Kenosha with the rebound. Back come the Lancers. They push this time. Here on the drive, Chris Kenosha, and blocked by Warren on the shot by Tommy Santorelli. Lancers, though, keep possession. There goes Dominic Santorelli to the rack.
Another block.
That shot blocked by Warren. Back, though, come the Lancers. Shot fake over the top of Warren. Good for Lowell Whirlinger. 8-footer over the top of the outstretched Warren, and then they throw it away on the inbound to the Red Raiders, and Santorelli with the bucket under the basket. Couple of easy ones there for Kenosha St. Joe's.
Yeah, just stepped over the line and had to throw it before he touched down and just threw it right to the Lancers.
10-6, 4-10 left to play. Warren on the take, fouled before he began his drive.
Yeah.
That'll be team foul number 4 on the Lancers. You mentioned teams, being deep, Marathon maybe not very deep. Kenosha St. Joe's hasn't substituted one guy yet.
Nope.
And they've been taking their time offensively. Nobody's obviously worn out. Speaking of substitutions, here comes Andrew Glennon back in, and out is going to go True Thurs. Glennon comes in. He will inbound. Looking, had Hoeksema for a moment and got it to about 4.2 seconds in to avoid the 5-second call. Gets the ball back in the corner. Glennon's 3 is short, and ball bounced around. Hoeksema's going to corral it. Warren takes it at the top of the key. Here's Underwood now, head fake. Takes Kenosha to the hole. His dribble stopped there. Ball worked around to Glennon. Inside it comes to Warren. Warren dumps down to Underwood. Up and 1 for Tyler Underwood.
Good pass by Warren.
Tell us about it, Dan.
Yeah, so Marathon did a really good job reversing the ball. Finally got a post touch. Like I said, they're going to have a better job getting post entry from the wing. Warren instead saw Underwood cutting to the basket, able to finish to the contact.
Chris Kenosha picks up the foul. That is his first, team fifth. Three-point play completed by Underwood on the made free throw. And Marathon trims the deficit to 1. Kenosha St. Joe's leads 10-9, 3:45 left in the first. It doesn't look like either team will make it to 20 in this first half.
Doesn't look like it, and a lot of that is Kenosha St. Joseph's. They are holding the ball.
Well, we have really identified that now. Again, Kenosha starts the offense on his timing and his timing only, and gets the ball back on the far wing. Hoeksema in his hip pocket.
They want to be very deliberate.
Kenosha on the crossover drive. Layup is good from the left side.
So that was pretty smart. So Warren is guarding someone, came up, and his offensive counterpart who he's guarding went up for the high ball screen, and Kenosha cut to the basket. Warren wasn't out there.
Underwood sets the play. Here's Wolfel now left alone for 3. Didn't take it. Skips it to Glennon. Back up top to Hoeksema. Warren flashes at the elbow. Now distributes to Glennon in the corner. Glennon passed up on a 3. Good closeout there by the Lancers defensively by Whirlinger. On the far side, Wolfel. Now swept back around to this side, Glennon. Glennon on the drive, spins a lane, shoots over the top of 3, and jump ball is the call instead of a block or a foul, and the possession arrow points to the Lancers. Get a timeout. We'll keep it here, Dan. We'll get caught up on a couple things. We'll tell you that Family Vision Center in Marathon provides quality eye care for you and your family. From medical eye care and routine eye exams to high-quality glasses or contact lens needs, you are in the right hands with Family Vision Center in Marathon and Wittenberg. Dan, you've got some stats there to your left. Maybe relay our findings there to the folks at home. Maybe team stats, what I'm asking for.
Yeah, the Lancers are 5 of 16 from the floor. That's 31%.
Eesh.
Marathon 3 of 16, 18%
Eesh.
from the floor. Marathon 0 of 7 from 3. Lancers 1 of 4.
Okay, that kind of adds up to a 12-9 tally at this point. Timeouts, neither team has taken a timeout. It's been all media timeouts to this point. 5 team fouls for Kenosha St. Joe's. 4 fouls have been called on the Marathon Red Raiders here to this point in the game. At Marathon City Sports Center, you'll always find great food, cold drinks, bowling leagues, and a great place for your next party or get-together. For the best in marathon dinner or get-together, come to Marathon City Sports Center, South Highway 107 in Marathon. For me, it's when I enter from the north, or to the north, because I'm always coming on, Highway N I come in from, and then head in right there. But been a big fan of Marathon City Sports Center for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I have bowled there. I have had some frosty drinks there as well.
Probably a couple of 200 games, a nice 700 series maybe in there somewhere.
Yeah, you saw me bowl on Saturday.
It was, quality. It was of a certain quality.
Yeah, I think I had 200 games. One game
good.
that wasn't so good.
Pretty good. All right, Lancers bring it up. 2:35 to play in the half coming out of this media timeout. As I take a look around, again, Kenosha St. Joe's has not substituted one player. Andrew Glennon, the only non-starter on the floor for the Red Raiders. Kenosha attempted to work around Warren. Warren redirected, now redirects again. Ball tipped around. Kenosha a third shot at it and gets the layup over Warren.
Yeah, Marathon's going to have to rebound the ball.
Eric Kenosha rebounded the ball twice within 3 feet, both times over Warren and the rest of the team.
Warren has been credited with 4 blocks so far.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be low.
Warren with the ball in the corner, now puts the dribble on. Kick out, Wolfel, now back to Glennon in the corner. He stepped out of bounds as he stood in the corner to the left side of us. Back right heel stepped out of bounds. It's going to be Kenosha St. Joe basketball.
Yeah, and the one thing that the Lancers are really doing a good job of is they are pushing Marathon's offense out by the college three-point line, right? And we're not used to seeing that on a high school floor. I mean, exactly, Glennon touched the out of bounds on the college floor. He would have been out of bounds by 2.5 feet.
He would have been standing in the first row of the Marathon bleachers. That's where he was.
Yeah, he would have been someone's lap.
Here is Chris Kenzie on the move. Straight on 3, launched by Tommy Santarelli, and he hits it. Lancers went a little bit faster that time. Tommy Santarelli straight on 3 has given Kenosha St. Joe's its largest lead of the first half. They lead 17-9, 1:15 to play in the half. Here's Warren with it up top, and that pass is stolen away by Kenosha St. Joe's. Here comes Eric Kenosha, the bounce, the feed, the dime to Tommy Santorelli. Left-handed layup is good, and the Lancers are rolling here in the first half. Woelfel will bring it across the timeline, and under a minute to play. Time for the Red Raiders offensively to get going.
Yeah, you see they're backed all the way up to the three-point line, the college three-point line, to even initiate offense.
Tennessee pivots inside the lane. Shot comes up short.
Got to run.
Warren with the rebound. 30 seconds here in the half. It's going to be a Kenosha St. Joe halftime lead. How many is the question? Shot fake by Woelfel. He's on the move, and layup comes up short. 2 free throws coming up for the 6'3 sophomore, Drew Woelfel.
Yeah, going to have to attack the basket.
Well, Woelfel did it there. We've seen it a couple of times, but some of these other shots, the misses you're talking about, Dan, have been contested shots from 16 to 20 feet away.
Yeah.
First for Woelfel, rattles in and out.
Yeah, Woelfel not a great free throw shooter. So not a bad foul if you're a Lancer fan.
That was the team's 6th foul, 22.4. Woelfel hits on the basic here. Kenosha St. Joe is going to hold for the final.
Yep, probably.
They've held for much longer than 12 seconds before.
And I don't think Kennessy's going to get rid of the ball.
Kenosha from the tip top of the Wisconsin W, now all the way in the lane. Kicks it out. Another 3 on the way. Torelli. That one off the mark short. And it's last touched out of bounds by Dominic Santorelli. It's going to be marathon ball with .3 and likely an inbound and a jog to the locker room here. And it said it's a heave all the way down to the other side, and the ball is touched by Tommy Santorelli. The final 3/10 tick off, and we have reached our halftime break. Your halftime score in this Division IV state semifinal: the Kenosha St. Joe's Lancers 19 and the Marathon Red Raiders 10. It is time now for the Brickner Motors of Little Chicago halftime show. Brickner's Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep. When you need a new vehicle, let their family take care of yours on Little Chicago's northeast side. Back with some halftime stats right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
SignForge in Marathon is your specialist in high-quality and cost-effective signage projects. They can design your sign, then forge and install it correctly, then maintain it throughout the years. They provide a variety of services and products: pylons, monuments, wall signs, directionals, banners, decals, crane services, vehicle and trailer graphics, interior signs, lob lights, and much more. From start to finish, SignForge is your signage partner. Learn more at signforgellc.com.
At People's State Bank, community is reflected in everything we do. So when you bank with People's, you help support local charities and businesses, help new homeowners establish roots, and create stronger communities to live and thrive in. It's a uniquely People's approach that's always paying dividends. And a pretty good reason to make our community yours too. Visit us at bankpeoples.com.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, if you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes,
Back here live from the Kohl Center, halftime score, Kenosha St. Joe's 19, Marathon 10. Jason Zaleski here, Dan Ross to my left. Dan, if you would have asked Lancers head coach Jose Garcia if before the game if he would have been happy doubling up Marathon in that first half, no doubt he would have said yes, but is 19-10, it's technically a double up, but it's a 9-point game at the half. Are you, if you're the Lancers, are you satisfied with that right now?
Sure. You have a 9-point lead at halftime, right? Kenosha St. Joseph's can play defense. They played Kohler on Saturday. Kohler scored nearly 100 at Assumption earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And obviously, Assumption isn't at the level that Marathon is, but Kohler can score 90 points with relative ease. They held them to 36 Saturday.
Yeah, a third of the output, or thereabouts.
So it is surprising that Marathon has 10, but the things that I'm seeing are things that can be corrected, right? We have to screen the guy who's fronting Warren, right? We need Warren to go block to block a little bit better. We need to pass it in from the wing instead of from up top, right? And when Warren does come up to get the ball, he needs to make better passes. A bunch of turnovers were on him trying to pass it inside. So there's things that Coach Jacobson is for sure talking to his guys about, and they're going to be late coming out here, I guarantee it, because he is doing what he can to pump his guys up as they come out.
A lot to talk about. Dan's halftime stats brought to you by Brickner Motors of Little Chicago. Brickner, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep. When you need a new vehicle, let their family take care of yours. On Little Chicago's northeast side. Dan, Marathon has 10 points. Tell us how they got there, please.
Yeah, 3 from Wolfel, 3 for Underwood, 2 for Warren, 2 for... I don't know, I have the sheet in front of me. Probably... yeah, I don't... looks like it's probably thirds.
They're leaving somebody out on your scoring sheet there.
Well, they only have the 5 that were in there last.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, much easier on the Kenosha side. We'll have some paper stats given to us soon. Yeah. Much easier on the Kenosha St. Joe side. All 5 have been on the floor the whole time.
That's true. Santorelli has 7. Werlinger has 5. Kenesee 4. Chris Kenesee has 2. Santorelli has 1. If you're Coach Jacobson, you say, you know what, Kennesee's going to have 4 at the half. Like,
that's a win.
How you feeling?
Great.
He had 51 last year in this game. Yeah. Absolutely great. So if the supporting cast for the Lancers is going to have what they did in the first half, make some open threes, get some second chance points at the rim, the Lancers are going to be in really good shape. Marathon has to make sure they use their height, and it's one and done every time down.
I cracked the code on the stats here, Dan.
All right.
Usually we keep our own book, right? We are spoiled here at the Kohl Center. They've got stats
on iPads in front of us.
Real time. Yeah. Here we go. Wolfel with 3, Underwood with 3, Grant Warren 2, and True Thurs with 2. As a team, Marathon 3 of 7 in the first half, shooting 17%.
3 of 17.
3 of 17, what'd I say?
3 of 7.
Well, okay. Mine was much better.
It feels like they shot 7 times.
Okay. So
that's something.
17% is not going to get the job done in the second half. For Kenosha St. Joe's, not particularly better, but still better. 8 of 23 from the field, but that's good for 34%, almost 35% from the field. And your 9-point difference there. Let's take a break. I want to get Dan's thoughts on in the mind of Coach Jacobson. I know you said they're going to be in there for a long time. I don't doubt that at all, but I want to get Dan's thoughts on a couple specific things that need to go differently from Marathon in the second half. We'll hear those from Dan right after this on Zaleski Sports.
At Greater Insurance Service, you're more than just a number. You're an individual with unique needs, and that calls for an insurance policy that's unique to you. Call today for more information on auto, home, health, business, and much more. Let Greater Insurance Service work for you.
Who are we? We are a locally owned and operated business serving our community for over 60 years. We have expanded to 3 locations with over 1 million square feet of combined production space. We have an elite workforce of over 400 employees. We have built stadiums for the Vegas Raiders, Indianapolis Colts, Atlanta Falcons, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, and more. Who are we? there's only one answer.
Back here at the Kohl Center, just over 2 minutes before we inbound and get second half underway. Pick up all your pet's favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products all under one roof.
Roof.
From all the brands you trust, dogs or cats, they've got you covered. Shop your pet's everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. Marathon is back on the floor. It's Kenosha St. Joe's, a little bit late coming out. But, all right, Dan, specifically, give us one or two things that have to change, and they got to change now for Marathon to have a say in this when we come down to the finish.
Yeah, first I want to say that Coach Jacobson is not a barker. He's not in there screaming at the guys, right? But he's going to challenge them in a way to say, are you guys satisfied with just being down here? Are you satisfied with...
We asked him that in the pregame, right?
Yeah. Are you satisfied with the trip to Madison, the free trip to Madison? Or are you guys here to win something? Okay? Marathon has been able to find a gear whenever they've had to throughout the season, right? Mm-hmm. Marathon's going to come out and they're going to take care of business early on in this half. They're going to get back into it. It's the first time this year that they have not made a three in the first half. They're going to make threes in the second half, right? But it needs to be one and done on the defensive side. You can't give up 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. You have so much more size than the Lancers do. And instead of having the Marathon guards leaking out, they need to help rebound and try to get in transition a little bit better. Offensively in the half court, you have to move the ball better. You need to shorten up the passes. Any pass that is going to be more than 20 feet away, you're playing a quick team. That's going to be the other way for a layup.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Dan. As I wanted, Dan delivers.
8 turnovers. That's a lot. That's a lot in a 19-10 game.
Correct, yeah. All right, leading scorers again for Marathon. Drew Wolfel, Tyler Underwood, each with 3. Tommy Santorelli on a made three-pointer and a couple other buckets paces the Lancers with 7 points in this first half. 19-10, that is the score, and it is the halftime score. And both really fans on both sides probably questioning, scratching their heads a little bit on the 19-10. But, Coach Jacobson in the pregame said, I bet they want to slow us down. Well, they have. They've slowed Marathon down almost to a screeching halt.
Look, we got fan-on-fan interaction over here in the student section.
So, yeah, game number 2 follows this one here in division. It's the last game of the day. Aquinas Blue Golds and the Mineral Point Pointers, and those are the Blue Gold fans coming in and getting snugged up to the Marathon students to our right. A band coming in, too, for the Blue Golds. All right, here we go. Second half is underway. Red Raiders with it, and right away they go inside to Warren. Warren off the backboard and good. Had to struggle, had to force the ball in. He fought it, got it, hit it.
Yep. Right to the big guy.
So here are the Lancers now, the left side of our eyeballs here at the Kohl Center. Santorelli up top, now gives off to Eric Kenosha. Kenosha at the free throw line, fading, shooting, and comes up empty. Warren with the rebound.
He didn't jump for it.
Quickly now come the Red Raiders. Here's Wolfel on the baseline, and ball is going to be stolen away by Eric Kenosha. Tried to pass that one back up to the wing. Kenosha got his paw on it and brought it in.
Too long of a pass.
Now Kenosha, guess where he's going to go, Dan? He's going to go back to the logo, set up the offense. Offense is good to go. Here goes Kenosha, dribbles around Underwood. Underwood, though, able to meet him at the spot and cut him off. Bounced, corner 3, Whirlinger, no good. Offensive rebound, Santorelli blocked by Warren.
What's the state record for blocks in a game?
Well, he may be on his way. Here's Hoeksema, now Underwood. Underwood just inside the free throw line hits. 12-footer for Tyler Underwood. A Marathon scores the first 4 in the second half.
Yeah, saw a couple shots go in. Lid hopefully off the rim now for the Red Raiders.
Kenosha slowly walks it up, now into the front court. And Kenosha St. Joe's going to keep the same pace as the first half. Here goes Kenosha, though, works around the corner and over the top of a couple. Layup is good. And then thrown away on the inbound. Wolfold commits the foul after he throws it away. Basket good for Chris Kenosha.
Yeah, just a bad mistake.
Threw it right to him on the inbound. Chris Kenosha says, thank you very much. Wolfel then hammers him on the way to the basket. And this, the 6'1 sophomore, the 5'9 freshman, Chris Kenosha, to the free throw line, and free throw, though, no good.
Yeah, Wolfels had some struggles here in the playoffs. Very similar in late game situations that the Lancers have seen Marathon not being able to close out due to kind of silly turnovers against Auburndale and Bonduel and Colby.
There's Warren now up top to Hoeksema. Ball swung now to Underwood on the far side. They go to Underwood on the far elbow, and he is wrestled to a jump ball. Some contact there, Dan, but they ruled jump ball.
And you gotta be stronger with it.
So Red Raiders now retreat slowly down the floor. Disappointed in the last couple of chances.
Well, you scored the first 4 out of the half, and then you give up 4 points in about 6 seconds on not a smart turnover, I would say.
There's Eric Kenosha over the top of Thurs. Thurs fouled him, and this is going to be 2 free throws coming up for the senior point guard, Eric Kenosha.
Marathon number 4, True Thurs.
15:39 to play in this Division IV state semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, you have to contest the shot, but you don't want to foul somebody 16 feet from the basket. Like, let them shoot it.
Kenosha's first free throw is butter. 10-point lead for the Lancers.
Biggest of the game.
Indeed. 19-10 was the halftime lead. So after the quick start for the Red Raiders, they've given up more points than they have scored here in the second half. Free throw missed by Kenosha. And everything coming difficult for the Red Raiders, even that rebound on the missed free throw. Hoeksema in the lane. Wolfel now wide open 3 from the wing. That no good. And good campfire made there for the Lancers on the rebound. Back the other way they come. Couple of layup attempts come up short.
And Marathon pretty fortunate that time down that no foul call or no basket.
No basket, no foul. Here goes Hoeksema in the lane. Kick out. Wolfel now begins a baseline drive. Spins. Picks up his dribble and thrown out now to Underwood. Thurs in the corner. Gives back to Underwood on up top. Skipped all the way in front of the Red Raiders bench, and we're going to get a foul on Dominic Santorelli. He got tangled up with Grant Warren in there somewhere. Warren ends up on the floor. The foul called on Santorelli. That is his second. And we have a timeout on the floor. We will do the same. 24-14, Lancers over the Red Raiders on Zaleski Sports.
Bring the whole family out to Three Amigos Mexican Restaurant tonight and enjoy a menu filled with freshly made authentic Mexican options. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a great selection to keep you coming back again and again. Dine in for a fun Mexican restaurant experience or order for takeout or even delivery. There's Taco Tuesday, Friday Fish Fry, and a great lineup of cold drink options and so much more. It's all under one roof at Marathon's favorite Mexican restaurant, Three Amigos on Maratech Avenue. The Rib River Ballroom is the perfect place to hold your next big event. They have the space and the beautiful facility for your next banquets, corporate meetings, weddings, and more. Visit their Facebook page or go to ribriver.com for a list of their upcoming winter events. In addition to being the ideal location for your next occasion, Rib River Ballroom also offers an incredible on-site or off-site catering service with customizable menu options. Located just outside of Marathon on Highway 29 and just 10 minutes from downtown Wausau.
Back to the Kohl Center, Jason Zaleski, Dan Ross. 24-14 Lancers over the Red Raiders, 14:50 to play. And Red Raiders inbound after the foul and media timeout. Entry pass again and nowhere near Warren. He was fronted by 2 Lancers that time. Quickly down the floor, Eric Kenosha. He's bumped. Foul is on the floor. And this is going to go on True Thurs. They're going to call it on Hoeksema, actually. So Hoeksema picks up his first, team third. 14:39 left in this Division IV state semifinal. Hoeksema went for the steal, tipped it out of bounds. And the Lancers will inbound again, this time in front of press row in their front court. Eric Kenosha again will establish the offense, slowly but surely.
Very methodical.
Screens being sent. Kenosha now puts the offense to motion. Kenosha passed off inside now and blocked. Who had that blocked, Dan? Was that Wolfel? Wolfel comes in and blocks the shot attempt from Tommy Santorelli on the pick and roll. So Red Raiders survive an offensive possession of the Lancers. Now they've got a score on this end. Thurs looks inside. Warren gets the pass and dumped it back into somebody. The Lancers will take it. Back comes Kenosha St. Joe. Bounced inside. Tommy Santorelli. Ball rolled all the way around the rim and out on the bunny from inside the circle. Here's Underwood. Underwood floats off the backboard. No good. Quick shot there. Rebound pulled down, though, by Wolfel. Warren now down to Underwood. Underwood was going to work on Kenosha. Now back out to Thurs. Underwood again. At the free throw line. Spins. Rises. Hits. So Tyler Underwood, a much-needed basket for the Red Raiders just inside the free throw line.
Lancers very methodical.
Kenosha brings it up again slowly. Now gets it back on the wing. Hoeksema follows him to the baseline, cuts him off there. Now ball in the corner, 3 on the way. That one off the mark from Chris Kenosha, and rebound brought down by Warren.
12 boards for the Garantula.
12 rebounds, 4 points. But they continue to feed the Garantula here in this second half. He's just scored 2, though, in the half. Or no, has he?
No.
He hasn't scored at all.
No, he's...
Right. They've got him for 4 on the board. He went to the halftime with 3. Maybe something might be wrong there. Bounced outside now to Hoeksema. Hoeksema, Wolfel in the corner. Skips it back to Underwood. Underwood probes on the far side. Now fading away over Kenosha. Missed the shot. Outlet made. Long outlet. Here come the Lancers. Layup is good. Uncontested. Chris Kenosha on the run out. Got behind the Red Raiders defensively.
Yeah, just leaked out.
On the find from Dominic Santorelli. Back to a 10-point Lancers lead, 12-15 to play. Thurs picks up his dribble, and Wolfel loses it out of bounds. Another turnover by the Red Raiders. Ball went through his hands. I think he was looking at the rim, Dan. The ball never was gathered in.
You know, it's really interesting, and being part of the coaching staff that's been to state a couple times, you never know what you're going to get. Right? Sometimes you get your best, sometimes you don't.
Well, here we get a foul on Marathon. The Eric Kenosha drive results with Cooper Hoeksema on the ground, and he's called with a blocking foul. It's a shooting foul, and to the free throw line for 2 goes the 6'1" senior point guard, Eric Kenosha.
Well, he's not going to score 51 tonight.
He's got 7 now, 2 free throws coming. But Marathon, Dan, on the surprising end, as the Kenosha free throw tips over and in, held to no doubt a season low 16 with 11:58 to play.
Yeah, I can probably look and see what their lowest point total was this year, but it's...
But with under 12
16.
to play, 16, yeah. That's got to be a low water mark, if you want to call it that. Kenosha cans a pair.
Yeah, their only loss was to Mosinee, and that was not that low scoring. So
Marathon had 90-something in that game, I think, or nearly 90. Underwood outside now to Glennon. Glennon in the game. It's the 6'1" senior guard, Aaron Glennon. Inside it comes to Warren. He's fouled. And foul on the floor, under the basket, but on the floor, called on Tommy Santorelli. And that is Tommy's second foul. Team's second, though, in the half.
Yep.
So
there should be a pass inside to Warren. Guarded really well.
Didn't materialize. He was fronted on the inbound by Eric Kenosha. Yep. There is a mismatch down there if they want to go to him now. If they will not. Glennon instead will launch a 3 and hit it. Glennon off the bench, lights it up from the outside. Red Raiders will trail by 9.
We're going to need a lot more of that here in the second half. You start making threes, and all of a sudden the inside opens up a whole lot more for Warren.
Both teams, Dan, unless I've been confused about basketball, playing essentially a man-to-man defense the whole way through.
Yep.
Both sides. Kenosha dribbling on the logo. He is in no... I don't know if they figure they can hold it for 10 minutes, but they're taking time off the clock with a 9-point lead. Kenosha backs it out again. Stands 35 feet from the basket, near his own team bench, left side of the floor. Now the offense goes to motion. Kenosha, left side of the lane. Now down low, left alone down there, and the basket made by Dominic Santorelli. Lulled him to sleep that time, did the Lancers.
Yep, got Warren away from the rim.
Here goes Underwood to the rack. Finger roll, layup is good. So Red Raiders go fast.
Yeah, I wonder at what point Coach Jacobson tries to do something in the three-quarter or full court to try to speed up St. Joe's a little bit.
To this point, each team essentially allowed to control its own pace, although it has been slow. This ball stolen by Hoeksema. Hoeksema all alone for the layup.
Back to 7.
Coach Jacobson, 1 foot on the floor, clapping, cheering his team on, telling his defense, get another one.
Yeah, I mean, might as well start gambling, right? I mean, Kenosha St. Joseph's doing just very methodical high ball screen.
Yep. Another one comes here. You know, there's a chance too if you know, on that steal, you reach out and they get around you, they may not go to the rim.
Yeah, it's true.
Here's Kenosha, hesitation, stops his dribble and hits it.
Yeah, he dragged the pivot foot.
And we get a travel on the inbound. Another inbound turnover, Dan, for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Kenosha St. Joseph's is sending a guy late to try to spook.
Well, it's working. We had, looks like some sort of electrical surge here in the Kohl Center. We're still alive. We're going to take a quick timeout. Back for more. It is Kenosha St. Joe's 32, Marathon 23, 9:28 to play when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
From carpeting options to vinyl plank, Marathon Flooring is a family-owned business focused on local service and values. They specialize in both home and commercial flooring, treating every project as its own unique style. Transform your home from the ground up with Marathon Flooring.
Come see handcrafted gifts at the Copper Mug in Marathon. Find seasonal themed decorations, clothing, and gift options in our new lower level boutique. When you shop the Copper Mug, your business supports local artists, crafters, and families in our community.
Quick here. Back to the Kohl Center, 9-point lead for the Lancers. Jason Zaleski here. Dan Ross, this was the margin at the half, 9 points. We've got about a quarter of the game left, 9:28, so fourth quarter coming up. I'm going to ask you the same question I did coming out of the half. What does Marathon now need to do differently to close this 9-point gap?
Yeah, I mean...
Or is it just as simple as hitting shots and not turning the ball over, which they've accomplished both of those, but in the wrong way here in this game?
Yeah, I mean, look at the scoreboard. You feel like if the Lancers get to 40, you're probably not walking away with the win here.
You're cooked.
Right?
Okay.
So
that inbound was deflected by, no, I thought it came off the back of the backboard. That's out of bounds. It's going to be Marathon ball.
Yeah. So you need to ensure that you get to 40. You want to hold Kenosha St. Joseph's under 40. 17 points in 9 minutes.
Well, they've got 1 quarter of the game to do it. Glennon nearly traveled. Now Warren, high out, near the three-point line, hands off to Hoeksema, sets a screen for him. Hoeksema, baseline drive, right-handed layup, though, comes up short. That shot contested by Whirlinger. Haven't heard a lot from Lowell Whirlinger here in this one. He does have 5 points, but defensive effort there from Whirlinger stopped Hoeksema's drive.
And you see Warren coming up to guard the high ball roll.
Yeah, forces the turnover. 3-on-no fast break. Hoeksema layup is good.
Yeah. But there's a danger in doing that, because if Warren comes up to guard the high ball screen, then there's no rim protector. So whoever is guarding Warren, he's the person that's going to come up and hit and screen high.
Well, they do it again. This time Kenosha splits it, and he hits, just as Dan was saying, hits the baseline driving Santorelli for the layup.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, right?
Nobody there to guard the rim. Okay, back to a 9-point game just like that. Every time Marathon looks like they have a little bit of surge in them as Warren drives the basket left-hand side. Good.
Well, Granchland might just have to take over.
He's got 8 minutes left in his high school basketball career. Does Grant Warren and the rest of the Marathon Red Raiders seniors see what they have left in the tank? Kenosha will again back it out to the half-court line. 7:50 to play.
Yeah, you don't have to guard him. I mean, what's he going to do? Roll to the basket from up there? Let him set the pick.
Kenosha again backs it out to the logo. Now gives off to the right side. Chris Kenosha. Santorelli up top. Kenosha on the backdoor cut over the top of Warren and in. Shot that one above the top of the backboard height and dropped it in.
Yeah, he's a good ball player.
As I said, Dan, every time Marathon has something going, Lancers cut it off. Now we'll get a foul on the other side on Kenosha St. Joe's. Eric Kenosha picks up just his second, though, and team foul number 3. So Marathon, with 7:20 to play, doesn't look to get the benefit of any free throws coming down the stretch. They're going to have to earn it all from the floor. Warren will inbound. 7:20 to play. Go ahead, Dan.
No, he's going to come in and just try to get position.
Well, he's working down low, but nothing going there. Red Raiders cycle the ball twice now around the perimeter. Now start that third cycle with Warren up top. Here goes Thurs, baseline drive, cut off there by Whirlinger. And ball is touched last out of bounds by Chris Kenosha. It'll stay with Marathon, but there we go, Dan. The Lancers burned 20 seconds off the clock, and Marathon not even able to look at the rim.
Yeah.
They will trade that to every time down. And now Woelfel left alone, dumps into Warren. Warren over 3, gets his own rebound, and the putback is good. Warren 1 on 3, 2 points.
He's a foot taller than everybody down there. He can take advantage of it.
So again, the gap back to 7, 36-29, 6:45 to play.
Something a little bit different for Marathon here. 1-3-1, try to trap out of it.
Okay. And timeout. So,
yeah.
Jose Garcia said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I see what you've done there. I got to get my guys now understood on your 1-3-1, which no doubt they have practiced, but they unfurl it here with 6:37 to play. Timeout on the floor. More basketball coming up after this on Zaleski Sports.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating. But with Access Insurance, you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
36-29, Kenosha St. Joe's in control, and I know it's a 7-point game, but this, to me, Dan, the 7 points looks a lot like 14 points right now, especially if you're Marathon. Let's see, I queued you up during that commercial. Dan, go ahead and break down some team stats for us to this point.
Yeah, maybe the most glaring thing I'm seeing here, shooting percentages have about normalized. The Lancers are at 39%, Marathon just under 39%, pretty close, but 15 turnovers by the Red Raiders to the Lancers 7. Free throws, about the same. Marathon only 1 of 9 from beyond the arc.
So 8 more turnovers for Marathon. They trail by 7. I think that's the missing link there.
Yep.
Okay, glaring stat for sure.
Not just good looks over here.
6:35 to play. 6:35 to play, and 1-3-1 still there. We're trap anyway at the top of it. So defensive formation for Marathon stays the same.
Yeah, the Lancers are going to hold for 1. 6:22
ball
left.
tipped by Warren and all the way into the Mineral Point student section. It'll stay with the Lancers. But yeah, Grant's up top in that trap, right where he should be.
A lot of times in the 1-3-1, you put your smallest, fastest guy running baseline, corner to corner.
Well, they've got Hoeksema in that spot now on the bottom anyway. Is that what you said?
Yep, on the bottom.
Yep. Okay. And we essentially go to a 4-corner offense here for Kenosha St. Joe's. Now dumped in, but quickly right back out. Again, Lancers not interested in looking at the rim. Near steal by Woelfel.
Yep.
But again, on the near steal, they don't look to the rim, Dan. So I think you jump those passing lanes every time.
Yeah, why not?
Because on that flyby, there we get a foul. But on that flyby, Kenosha St. Joe's just dribbled the ball backwards anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Warren underneath. Gamble, let them think that they can get. Did someone fall out?
True Thurs, Dan, has just fouled out of this game. So Thurs, under the radar, had 4 fouls.
All right.
And the 6'1 sophomore has fouled out. We get a timeout on the floor. I need to get caught up on one thing it looks like here. For all your plumbing, septic, water, sewer, and well needs, there's always one great place to turn. That's Marathon Plumbing Service. Whether it's your home or business, their expert staff will get the problem resolved quickly so you can get back to what matters most. For all your plumbing needs, look to Marathon Plumbing Service, where service is in their name. Dan, a bit of breaking news here on the girls' side. Marshfield Tigers basketball coach Taylor Varsho has announced her resignation this evening. Yep.
Wow, that's surprising to me.
So we wish Taylor all the best going forward. I'm going to see her around town all the time. But, 5 years with the girls basketball team, coach of the year, a couple conference titles, including just this past year. But Taylor Varsho out as Marshfield Tigers girls basketball coach.
Really don't think she's forced out. This is probably a life betterment issue.
Nope. Yeah. She had said resigned. So.
Yeah.
Out of the timeouts, and the Lancers make good on it. Layup nearly uncontested by Chris Kenosha. Lead swells back to 9. And again, with 5:20 to play, to me, Dan, it's more like a 16-point lead at that 9-point margin.
Yeah, and Jacobson has gone to the bench a little bit, trying to get a couple of the starters. Well, Thurs is out, but also trying to get Underwood just a little bit of a breather here.
Well, and with the new faces on the floor, we'll catch you up on those in a minute. Adam Jacobson has called a timeout and needs to get those new faces acclimated to what needs to happen here over the final 5-12. 9-point lead for the Lancers on Zaleski Sports.
SignForge in Marathon is your specialist in high-quality and cost-effective signage projects. They can design your sign, then forge and install it correctly, then maintain it throughout the years. They provide a variety of services and products: pylons, monuments, wall signs, directionals, banners, decals, crane services, vehicle and trailer graphics, interior signs, lob lights, and much more. From start to finish, SignForge is your signage partner. Learn more at signforgellc.com.
On Monday now.
Back here to the Kohl Center during that timeout on the video board. Students dueling it out on the video board. Student sections from Kenosha, St. Joe's, and Marathon. Out of the timeout, in it comes to Warren. Warren works on the double team.
There it is.
And Wolf will kick out now to Underwood. Ball cycled into the corner.
Well, say what, Thurs is in the game.
Okay, well, he's got 4 up on the board. They announced 5 on the floor. That prompted a media timeout. Or the foul did anyway. Underwood on the drive. He's fouled. And they are going to say in the act of shooting, so this will put Tyler Underwood to the free throw line. Underwood, 9 points, leads the team in scoring, and a pair of free throws coming here for Underwood. The first is on its way and good.
I wonder if that was just an administration mistake. Obviously it was.
But they announced 5.
But that's terrible for Coach Jacobson, right?
Well,
because he had to make.
He made a substitution based on that information.
Yeah. And I saw his coaches screaming at the table and Adam, Coach Jacobson, about that. You're just going to foul. You got guys in there to foul.
Yeah, Underwood hit both free throws. Cody Radke, coming off the bench, commits the foul. So down by 7, I suppose, with 4:45, and Lancers have shown they are not going to shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
Adam Jacobson only has one option, and that's to bring guys in to foul and get them to the limit.
Yeah, you don't want it to be this guy if you can help it.
Well, we've only got, we do have 6 now. So, so no more fouls to give. So here go the Lancers to work. Next foul, though, does put Kenosha St. Joe's to the free throw line. A pass on the baseline and grabbed was Hoeksema. I know Warren swatted that in about row number 15. I mean, literally. But foul is on Hoeksema. That puts the Lancers in the bonus.
Yeah, but
it does stop the clock.
It does stop the clock, and it gets somebody who we haven't seen a whole lot of. And I mean, we've seen Chris Kenosha at times throughout the game, so he's a pretty good shooter. But somebody who's not Eric Kenosha.
And the free throw is missed. Struggle. Everything, Dan's been a struggle. Red Raiders do get the rebound, though, but it was very hard to do that.
Down by 7, and Warren has to get the ball in some way here.
Thurs nearly had it stolen away. Here's Warren, though, 19 feet from the basket. He'll give it back to Thurs. Thurs skips it over to Wolfel. Up top now, Underwood gets a screen from Thurs. Tough shot from Underwood, no. And rebound pulled down by Lowell Whirlinger. So Lancers able to rebuff the Red Raiders attack. Still a 7-point game. And Kenosha either asked for Underwood to come out and guard him or asked for a screen. Instead, it's going to be Underwood with the foul. And Eric Kenosha is going to head to the free throw line.
Yeah, just think you got to get the ball out of his hand.
Kenosha 3 of 4 from the free throw line here in this game. Kenosha comes in on the season shooting 75% from the line. They 1 and 1. And the 1 is no good. So foul game working so far for the Red Raiders. Woelfel, that time a little more easy, pulls down the rebound. 3:40 to play. You feel like a three-pointer here, just something, just to get things moving. Here's Hoeksema from the wing, skips it over to Thurs. But again, these Lancers forcing Marathon to play 20 feet away. Thurs will launch a three from 20 feet. No. Hoeksema weak side rebound. Here's Woelfel, delivers from the far wing. He hits the three. It's a 4-point game, and Marathon calls a timeout with 3:20 to play.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it here, Dan.
Good.
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 We got things going on, but I said it coming down. It just seemed like a moment. Somebody had to cash in on a moment, and he hasn't had the best game this season, Drew Woelfel, but he hit a much-needed three there for his team.
Yeah, gigantic three, and a really good look, top of the key. It's where you practice the absolute most, right? And he was set, stepped into one. He didn't shoot it from the college three-point line, which we've seen countless times earlier today and in the girls' tournament.
Yeah.
Like the three-point line's out there, you might as well shoot it, right?
Well, it's tantalizing.
It really
Titillating.
is. It really is. A 4-point game. So Coach Jacobson is going to do something in the full court here.
Yeah, and I should say 1 timeout left for Marathon for the duration.
Media timeout coming in at under 3, I believe.
Yep, there will be one more of those should there be any kind of stoppage. And I want to go back there too. Hoeksema with the weak side rebound.
Yep.
Too on a game today where the Lancers have been gobbling up most of those rebounds. Very few second chances, but Cooper Hoeksema made that happen.
Yeah, Marathon's winning the rebound battle 27-21 so far. Okay. But given the length that Marathon has, you think it would be a much bigger thing.
13 of the 27 rebounds coming on the back of number 33, Grant Warren. Lancers to inbound. Red Raiders pick up full court pressure.
Yep.
And it'll be Kenosha bringing the ball up against Cody Radke, and Radke follows him on the logo. And Coach Jacobson didn't ask for the foul, didn't think it was one, but it's going to be Kenosha going to the line for the last 1 and 1, team foul number 9. The Lancers haven't been good from the free throw line here coming down the stretch. On the game, they're 4 of 9, but they've missed their last 3. So this is Kenosha, who missed his last free throw. And that's what the Red Raiders need, too.
Yeah, they need him to miss.
And he does not. He cans it. 5-point lead, 39-34, 3:11 to play. And Kenosha will get another.
You get the feeling like this 3:11 is going to take a while.
Well, there's going to be a lot of free throws. Here's Kenosha on the second and bounced that one twice and in.
Yeah, I just think you can't foul a guy that had 51 on this floor last year. Like, he's used to seeing the ball go in.
And Marathon didn't think that was a foul. Here's a quick three from Hoeksema. That off the mark. A rebound is going to be won by Eric Kenosha. Another tough rebound gathered in by the Lancers.
Yeah, that was too quick of a shot.
And it was Tyler Underwood being hip checked out of the way for that rebound. Trap comes in the corner, and Kenosha's only option was to call a timeout. 2:47 minus the media timeout. We will take our last timeout here. It's a 6-point lead for the Lancers. 2:47 to play on Zaleski Sports.
At People's State Bank, community is reflected in everything we do. So when you bank with People's, you help support local charities and businesses, help new homeowners establish roots, and create stronger communities to live and thrive in. It's a uniquely People's approach that's always paying dividends. And a pretty good reason to make our community yours too. Visit us at bankpeoples.com.
If you're looking for a local builder you can trust for your next home project, you found them in Underwood Construction. With decades of experience in building homes, replacing siding, decks, garages, and roofs, there is no home project they can't help with. Underwood Construction is a fully insured builder covering all of central Wisconsin. No matter your next project, If you need someone you can trust to do it right at a great price, call Underwood Construction at 715-573-5754.
Dan, another one of those glaring stats for me. I took a look here at team shooting during that timeout. Marathon was shooting 18% at halftime. They're now up to 37%. Problem is, though, Lancers have increased their shooting percentage from 34% to 41%. So it's one step forward, one step back, and here we are with a 6-point game. Lancers with the ball out of their own timeout. And Kenosha being hounded up top, almost took 3 defenders on there.
Yeah, you foul him. Anybody besides Kenosha.
Well, he's got the ball back now, and will dribble out of some trouble. Now dribble all the way to the other side of the floor from the half-court line, and the foul's got to come here, and it does as Lowell Whirlinger gets swarmed and tackled. But team foul number 10, double bonus time now for the Lancers, up by 6. 2:17 to play.
It's not over yet, but you're going to have to not settle for quick threes on this end. Three-pointer's okay, but get it during the offense. There's still a lot of time to run offense.
Got to have made shot.
Automatic foul now.
And that's obviously what Coach Jacobson said that last time out, because anybody not with a 3 on their back got almost taken to the press table, and he misses both. So Whirlinger does the favor that the Red Raiders need.
Still 2-possession game.
Down the floor they come, down by 6, 2:10 to play. Into the offense now goes Marathon. Here's Underwood just to the right of the Wisconsin W between the circles. Underwood takes a screen from Warren. Now Hexema. Hexema on the baseline, got it stolen away by Kenosha. He got up in the air and didn't have a plan. Tough break there for Marathon as they get the benefit of the missed free throws, but not able to get points on the other end. Kenosha now dribbles all the way around 4 corners of the basketball floor. He just dribbled a combined now almost 200 feet of dribbling by Eric Kenosha, and he's finally fouled. Never gave up the ball, Dan.
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of your senior point guard.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to be surprised if he passes it again this game.
Well, there'd be no reason to, right? No reason to. Underwood does commit the foul. Eric Kenosha to the free throw line again on the season. A 75% free throw shooter. And hits on the first.
Yeah, he's made several in a row now.
He's now 6 of 8 on the night from the free throw line.
Up to 16 points.
16 points. The only in double figures for the Lancers. Underwood the only in double figures for Marathon. Missed though on the backhand. Warren pulls down the rebound. 7-point game. 90 seconds left in this Division IV state semifinal.
Yeah, need a positive result this time down.
Here's Woelfel, takes a deep 3. That's going to come up short. Crashing the boards. Hexema can't get the rebound, and it's pulled down by Whirlinger. Quickly now come the Lancers. Leaking out layup for Dominic Santorelli. And Dan, this one is just about out of reach. 9-point game, 1:10 to play. Deep 3 here from Underwood. That one misses everything and out of bounds. 1:06 to play, and hands on heads on the players for the Red Raiders. Their season slipping away. Lancers will bring it down. And now dribbling around. Here goes Kenosha. Kenosha ducks under one. Now a diving Underwood fouls Eric Kenosha, and back to the free throw line for a pair goes the senior leader Lancer, Eric Kenosha. And you feel, a 9-point lead with 55 seconds, probably insurmountable. 10 or more is likely it.
I would agree.
Kenosha loads up and not able to hit it, though. That one rolled just off the front of the rim and off the left side. Showed one of the Lancers assistant coaches on the bench frustrated with the missed foul. Kenosha hits on the second, though, so a 10-point lead. 55 seconds left. Marathon will dribble it down. Hoeksema now hurries with it. Now slows up at the logo. Now here is Woelfel. Woelfel looked inside to Warren. 3 now on the way from Thurs is good. And timeout called with a 7-point game. We will keep it here. 42 seconds to play. Lancers lead by 7.
Yep, not over yet. Going to need some turnovers, going to need some help. The Lancers are going to have to help Marathon down the stretch here. 3-possession game.
Yeah, so just rough math, right? You're going to have to send the Lancers to the free throw line 3 times. Just using just some basic rough math. And you're going to need them to miss nearly all of those free throws along the way.
Or you have to get turnovers.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 5-second call. Maybe it's a 10-second call. Probably like a tipped inbound pass, something where you get something live ball turnover leading to a layup. If you get 2 of those, then it's a 1-possession game, right? You're going to need the Lancers to not be strong with the ball. They have really good guards, right? And maybe one of the best guards that we're going to see the entire weekend in Eric Kenosha.
If you're looking for those turnovers, Dan, the Lancers have only turned it over 7 times.
Yeah, and I think they had maybe 5 or 6 at halftime.
So they would need to do something uncommon. Where they have struggled a bit has been at the free throw line.
They're not even guarding the inbounder.
So the inbound comes now out of the Marathon timeout. They are out of timeouts, and there is Eric Kenosha with the ball in the backcourt. Cody Radke follows him up the floor as he crosses the half-court line. 30 seconds to play. And we get a pass down low, and the layup is no good, but it's going to be rebounded by Tommy Santorelli. They get the missed shot, Dan. Red Raiders can't get the rebound, and now Eric Kenosha is going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, you had multiple chances to foul other people. You had a shot on the rim that you could have gotten. No, it's just not Marathon's night.
It's certainly not been their night, nearly from the moment they stepped on this floor.
Yeah, Marathon really good at the free throw line, but they did not get there nearly enough tonight.
Kenosha hits on the first. Lead is back to 8, 45-37. There are 23 seconds left in this Marathon Red Raiders basketball season. It has been a fine season, Dan Ross. But
Been a great season.
Looks to be coming to an end here at the Kohl Center. Kenosha hits both. Back to a 9-point game. Final 20 seconds here from the Kohl Center. Hoeksema with it. Now Thurs. 15 to play. Thurs stops his dribble. Hoeksema backs it out. Underwood, a foot inside the 3-point line. That shot no good. Out of bounds last off of the hands of Chris Kenosha. It's Red Raiders ball. That's the good news. Bad news, Dan, is the Marathon season has now come to an end with 6 seconds left to play. The bench is emptied for the Red Raiders. We congratulate Marathon seniors Cooper Hoeksema, Nathan Hipsch, Andrew Glennon, Tyler Underwood, and Grant Warren on a fantastic high school basketball career.
Absolutely. A lot of hugs, a lot of long faces. It really is the worst part of March.
Lancers also bring a new 5 onto the floor.
Those are the first subs of the game? It might be.
That was the first time Kenosha St. Joe's substituted tonight. Dan, in a couple of seconds, is going to head down to the press conference room. We get our final shot of the day. It's a miss, and the horn sounds, and the Kenosha St. Joe's Catholic Academy Lancers are headed to Championship Saturday as they take down the 1 seed. Our first upset of the 2024 WIAA Boys Basketball Tournament comes here as the 4-seeded Kenosha St. Joe Lancers take down the 1 seed. Marathon Red Raiders. Your final score, Kenosha St. Joe's 46, Marathon Red Raiders 37. Time now for the Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fab companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com. Dan, we're going to give you the last 30 seconds here before you head down to the postgame presser. Go ahead.
Yeah, you feel good for the Marathon team because they accomplished a ton this year, right? You feel bad about the seniors losing at the Kohl Center, but, you know, these seniors have done everything that they could. They made memories and friends for life. The community really got behind the team, and I've gotten to know a lot of people, parents in the community over the course of the season, and should be extremely proud.
Yeah, well, I am proud that we hooked our train to the Red Raiders. I am proud that you took the job and did a fine job. Congratulations to you, Dan Ross, on a great season. All right, Dan's going to head down to the postgame presser. Here's this from Merrill Steel. I'll be back with full game stats right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Kenosha, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and paint fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to Canada. Thank you for taking
All right, back we come to the Kohl Center to wrap this one up. Again, Kenosha St. Joe's moves past Marathon, 46-37 the final score. We'll take a look at scoring. First for the Marathon Red Raiders, and leading all Red Raiders in scoring in this game, Tyler Underwood with 11 points, Grant Warren with 8, Drew Wolfel with 6, True Thurs had 5, Cooper Hexema with 4, and Andrew Glennon with 3 points. The Red Raiders finished the game 47% from the floor on 11 of 23 shooting, and they were 6 of 7 from the free throw. I'm going to back that up. Sorry, folks. 14 of 40 from the field, 35% on the game, 6 of 7 from the free throw line were the Red Raiders. 22 of the 37 points coming inside the paint. So perimeter scoring, one of the missing ingredients for Coach Adam Jacobson's Red Raiders here tonight. For the Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers, they will move on, take on the winner of Mineral Point Aquinas. That game now 10 minutes or so from starting. And scoring for the Lancers goes like this. Eric Kennessy led all scorers with 19 points. 8 points for Chris Kennessy, 7 points apiece for Tom Santorelli and Dom Santorelli, and 5 points for Lowell Werlinger. Round out the scoring for the Lancers. Lancers on the game, 17 of 41 from the floor. That was 41%. Free throw line, 10 of 19, shot 52%, made just enough free throws coming down the end to ice it as they maintain their halftime margin. It was 19-10 at the half. They do win by 9, 46-37, and move on to championship Saturday. That'll do it for our coverage from the Kohl Center today. 2 games tomorrow. It all starts at 9:05 as the Columbus Catholic Dons take on Solon Springs, and the game to follow, Almond Bancroft and Abundant Life Christian. Tip for that game around 11 a.m. It'll be Cale Jacoby on the call for Columbus Catholic and Mike Wendlandt on the call from Almond Bancroft. Again, pregame shows will start about 8:55. And first tip-off on the back-to-back games tomorrow from the Kohl Center at 9:05 right here on Zaleski Sports. For Dan Ross, this is Jason Zaleski. Have a good night, and thanks for listening.